Hey guys, it's Norma G. I'm from Montreal, Quebec, and this is for the Painted Ones.
Yes, sir. Thank you for this, by the way.
No problem. Gotta get the Versace frames,
All right, so what is your artist name?
My artist name is Norma G.
What was it before?
Oh, it used to be Nay AK.
Yeah.
Did you know about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be Nay AK.
So why the switch?
I don't know. I guess it was like it sounded more. I was looking at it more like long term.
Yeah.
And I feel like Nay AK, especially the way it's spelled, it was spelled like NAE. A lot of people wouldn't have
like
Nai. So I was like, okay, let's just go with Norma G. At first, I wanted to change it to Norma Jean,
Yes.
which is Marilyn Monroe's real name. But then there's a band called Norma Jean on Spotify.
Okay.
So
That'd be a
yeah,
clash.
exactly. So
Norma G works out.
yeah, Norma G works out exactly.
People fuck with it.
Yeah, people fuck with it. And I put a poll on my Instagram. I'm like, yo, do y'all fuck with this?
Oh, yeah,
Everybody said
that.
yes. I was like, okay, so I just went with that.
So Norma G, you're a rapper. You're a
Yes.
singer.
Yes.
You're an artist in general.
Yeah, artist in general. I do everything. I rap, I sing, I dance, I create.
Cool.
Yeah, everything in general.
How long did that? So you were a dancer first, or you were a rapper first?
First, I would say, what was I first? I guess like everything. Like it started when I was younger and my mom would put me in like, do you know Philbican?
Of course, everyone does. Yeah.
Typical Filipino things. So yeah, it's like a Filipino beauty pageant. And my mom used to put me there and we would have like talent shows and all that stuff. So I would dance, I would sing, and I guess that's where it started. Yeah.
So you started at a young age. Then.
Yeah, super young. Like
And what made you start rapping then? Like after all those years, why rapping? Why this path?
why rapping? Honestly, I guess it's because like I love to sing, but I feel like sometimes in order for me to be able to express myself more, sometimes I could do it like in a rapping way. Like I could express myself more by rapping or like melodic raps type thing, like JI type vibes.
Okay.
Like I feel like I can express myself more. I feel like it comes more naturally and I flow easily as to, for example, making music like, I don't know, Summer Walker, like complete singing. I feel like that's harder for me. So yeah,
I do see the resemblance like you and JI. Like there's like singing, rapping. Like
Yeah.
you're real feels type of shit.
exactly.
I find that pretty cool because I don't think there's any other female in Montreal like
That does
that,
that.
right?
No. Well, as far as I know,
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Unless they're hidden somewhere, but
Exactly.
I feel like you're the first person that comes to mind. I think JI is a great comparison.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
fuck yeah, no, it's cool because a lot of rappers today they go more towards like UK stuff,
Yep.
Lil Baby, Dirk. But
Yeah.
GI, you don't really hear that much.
Exactly. Or like even opposed to females, let's just say, a lot of female rappers, they'll automatically be like, oh yeah, you're trying to copy Cardi B,
Yeah.
Megan Thee Stallion, or whatever. But I feel like in my case, I compare myself more to like J.I. or A Boogie, more that like melodic rap. Like it's still rapping, singing, but
Yeah,
flowing, it's a little bit of everything. I feel like that's more me. It suits my personality, like I could do that Cardi B rap type thing, but I feel like what fits me more is that, and it's like just
and it works out.
exactly, it's more authentic to me.
Yeah.
So
And the views rack up, the follows, all that, they all rack up, and it makes sense because people fuck with you, right?
yeah,
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So why did you stay? Why didn't you pursue like something else? Like why didn't you pursue dancing, or why rap? Why didn't you stay in the music
in
industry?
the music industry, I feel like it's just more. It's something that I'm more comfortable in. So I guess I'm better at that. It's something I love to do as opposed to dancing. Like I like to dance. I could do some choreographies and stuff. But if it's if we're talking like profession or something I want to do long term, maybe not so much. Like as just focused on that. So yeah, I feel like music is my passion. Every time I'm going through something in life, I resort to music. yeah, like a lot of my songs that I put out, actually, like a lot of people would think that, oh yeah, you just went in the studio and you worked on it in the studio. Not at all. Like I would literally be going through some shit in life. I would go drive my car. I would go near where's that? It's like behind the hospital, St. Mary's. I would just park there and write my feelings out, just like that. And then whenever I feel like, okay, yeah, this sounds good, I call up Craze or whoever. I'm like, yo, I'm coming to the studio this week. I'm about to record. And yeah.
So you could say, is it heartbroken stuff or just like personal?
Honestly, anything. It could be like heartbreaks. It could be just like my life in general, everything I go through, my personal life, what I go through at home with family.
And I think it's cool because instead of like using like example drugs or you use like alcohol, you use music as your drug, and I find that really
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah. Well, like I sometimes I smoke weed. Which is like which is not the best thing to do, but at the time it was helping me, and I'm like being completely honest, so it did help me. But right now I'm trying to really like, I'm trying not to resort to just like relying on weed to gain inspiration. But it did help me, but obviously like nothing heavy drugs, no alcohol, nothing like that. And it's not as if I was smoking weed like a freaking fiend,
Yeah, you smoke it like when you need to.
Yeah, exactly. Like nighttime, one little spliff, even half a spliff, like just like something to get me in my zone, or like to help me focus, because I feel like it helps me focus on one thing. And I feel like sometimes like my head is just all over the place, that I can't even just sit down and write about my thoughts and my feelings. So sometimes.
Well, a lot of artists use drugs, like
most of them, yeah.
Like artists, and it's respectable, and they don't use it to be fiends, like you just said.
Exactly.
Right? Very few of them do, and it's okay. I mean, it's legal, right? It's legal.
Exactly, it's legal, so why not?
So how long has it been now? You making music then? 7 years?
Oh
Or is it a
no.
bit shorter?
It's shorter. I started like in 2020.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. So
Recording?
Yeah. I thought it was before that.
No.
Okay, it's been like 2 years.
Yeah, 2020. I started recording.
No way.
Yeah.
Shit, respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 2020, and before that, like I would just sing at like events, Filipino events, or all that stuff. But recording, yeah, it was really in 2020.
Oh fuck, I didn't know that. That's actually fucking crazy.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, yo,
she's been doing this. I know. Everybody thinks the same thing.
Well, it's cool because you've been around people who are in that field, and I think that experience they had, they kind of translated to you, and you're somewhat, I could say, mature in this industry, right?
Yeah.
And it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
2 years, I didn't.
Yeah.
That's fucking wow. I'm actually shook.
Yeah, only 2 years. Well, it's about to be 3 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I've grown a lot. Like I have a lot of unreleased music where you can see my growth compared to like what I have out right now. So yeah.
Speaking about growth, so my gosh, I thought it was 7, but anyway, so 2 years, what did you learn in that time spent about yourself as an artist?
As an artist,
Even as a person.
I feel like I learned to be like more authentic to myself. I feel like in the beginning of my career, I was trying to not copy, but like really, it wasn't really like, okay, this is her lane. It was more so like, oh, I'm trying to do this, like this kind of artist, like this kind of artist. And I feel like throughout the years, well, like throughout the 2-3 years that I've been doing music, I really like learned to be more authentic to myself, be more, like take it easy, take it chill. Yeah, like just, and like figure out my sound, and also like going to the studio helped me a lot. Like at some point I was at All Stars like every week.
I remember that.
Yeah, like almost every Friday, Saturday I was there with Craze recording, and we would stay there the whole night until like 3-4 in the morning. And yeah, and that really just helped me figure out my sound and what I want to talk about as well, and everything like that.
So in one word, how would you describe that experience in one word?
In one word, my experience? I don't know. How can I describe it? It was it was a journey. Yeah, I guess it was a journey. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long, although it's 2 years, I feel like it's a long process to be
Yeah.
in this industry.
Yeah.
Like the recording, the producing, the mixing.
Yeah.
I mean, you're kind of involved in everything, right?
Yeah.
In the music videos too.
Yeah.
It's
And maybe one word as well is like a lot of learning.
oh,
Yeah, learning. So that's what I basically did this whole 3 years was learn about everything. You know, there's a lot of stuff that you have to learn about in the music industry as an artist. Like for example, you know, working with producers as opposed to just like getting beats off of YouTube. So that's something that I've learned as well. Like I would usually just go off of YouTube and work like that, but then you realize later on that okay, you know, it's good to make some connections, work with producers, and you know, get that real music, like
yeah.
that real authentic music that you're not gonna have no problems with later on the line, down the line with money or anything like that.
That's
You know,
true
splits
because
and stuff.
YouTube has, I mean, people, if you take it from YouTube, basically you're like copyright.
Yeah, exactly. You have to buy the beat. If you don't buy the beat and you're making, I don't know, it blows up, then you're fucked. You're not making shit out of that. So, yeah.
Is it longer though if you have your own producer? Or?
Depends on the producer. Like was it last Friday? I think it was last Friday or I forgot when, Wednesday. I went to went to All Stars with Craze, and he brought out this kid from Quebec. I think his name is like GL Beats.
Yes, GL Beats.
GL Beats. Oh, he's bomb, 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 bomb. He makes like Atlanta type beats, like anything you want. And he made a beat in under like 30 minutes.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
under.
It really depends on the person, right? On the producer.
It depends on the producer and depends on, like, I just showed him my vibe that I wanted, and he's like, oh, I got you. Tak, tak, tak. Did everything in under 30 minutes, and I was recording in like, yeah.
Those are freaking legends. Like they,
yeah.
It's underrated too. They're like what they do. Like people don't like
yeah
respect it as much. I think.
Exactly, and I feel like it's also where they come from. Like they're from like I think Quebec City or
Yo, Quebec
somewhere in
produces
Quebec.
some crazy producers.
Crazy. I feel like they just have more time to focus. I don't know like what it is, but they just be coming up with some lit stuff. You're like, what? You sound like you're from Atlanta or something. Like not from Quebec. It's so random, you know.
They all people like Swan, for example. Swan is like
Yeah.
he's from Quebec. Like who would have known? Like people from Quebec. Like, I think even Ford's is from Quebec.
Yeah, all of them, like Forks, Quebec, Swan, JL, all of them.
Yeah.
I think even JQ. I'm not sure.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
maybe.
I think so, but he's here now. But I think he's from Quebec.
But yeah, shout out to them for being
Shout out to
talented,
them.
you know,
Yeah.
They're really, really talented.
Shout out to y'all.
And so I want to ask, would so I know you've been making music for 2 years now.
Mhm.
Is there a lot in your vault? Is there like a lot?
Honestly, yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. Like one time I was chilling with this videographer, and we're just talking about he wanted to do like some reels with me with my music. So I was showing him all my music, and he's like, "What the fuck? Like, there's a lot of music. Like, you can make an EP or like an album." I was like, "Yeah, well, that's what I'm planning on doing. You know, like putting out a project." That could showcase. But I feel like I'm just taking my time with it because I feel like all the songs that I put out, I love them, and it was really a nice experience and everything. And it was like my first real experience in the music industry, let's just say. But I feel like it was a little bit rushed. Like I feel like I didn't like I would just make the song and put it out, make the song, put it out, which sometimes it's good, like okay, but then you know like longer down the line you want to perfect your craft, you want people to relate to it, so you have to like focus on a lot of things, you have to make sure everything's good. So I feel like that's what I'm doing right now. I really want people to relate to my music, and I also want to create my own sound. So I want to have that sound where it's like, okay, yeah, when people listen to it, they're like, yeah, that's Norma G. They know it's me. So where I'm getting there, I have a lot of songs where you listen it to me and it's like, okay, yeah, that's her.
How many songs are you expecting the next year?
In the next year, I'm trying to put out a project with like 6 to 8 songs.
Whoa, okay.
So
Are you excited?
yeah, I'm very excited, and I already have like more than that in the vault. So now it's just a matter of creating more, and then after that, I guess choosing which ones I want to put out,
Yeah.
and I want people to hear.
Music videos too?
Yeah, music videos as well, music videos, a project, so that by the summertime, I can just like go and perform everything that I put out, and have people like experience the real thing with me.
Is that hard though to find your own sound? Like, is that a process and a half? Like, how do you find your own sound?
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. It's a process and a half, because a lot of the times you go in the studio and you end up sounding like someone else.
Yeah.
So you're like, shit. So I guess it's like a matter of practice and a matter of consistency where you're gonna find that. Like, you can't just go in the studio one day and expect to find your sound. You have to go like, you have to make it a routine, at least 2 3 times a week. How many times a week? If you want to completely lock in, or if you're super busy, you can only do once a week, but at least keep it consistent every week. You go into the studio, and at some point you're gonna end up finding your sound. So
Shit.
yeah.
Okay. I mean, how long do you take people to find their sound? Do you think it's a fast?
To
Is it rare for someone to find their sound like this, or is it everyone takes the same amount of time?
I guess it just depends on the person, right? Like, there's some people where they didn't even need to, like,
Yeah.
they just have their sound
You
right
just know
away.
it,
Yeah, they just know it. They have that like that like little baby, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't think he just probably
He just
went in
adopted.
there and we're like, you're it. But I guess for others, it's like it takes some time. For me, for example, I think it took me a whole summer,
Okay, not
a
bad.
whole
Not
summer.
bad, actually.
Yeah, which wasn't too bad. Like a whole summer, and I was in the studio like 2 3 times a week.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, and then I ended up finding like, okay, I want to go with this flow, with this vibe. This is my go-to, and it's easier for me to find my lyrics, that way. So yeah, I guess it's different for everybody. Some people just have it, some people don't. Some people never find their sound. I guess like some people just don't have it. Um, I guess like that's just the harsh truth.
Yeah.
It's like you have it or you don't. You can also work your way to it.
Is making music, is it in you, or can it be taught?
I feel like it has to be in you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I in my experience and in what I've seen, like most of the people that I know that do music and they sound good and they're good is because they have it in them. Like it's in your blood, it's in your veins, like, or I don't know, it just naturally comes to you. So I guess it has to be in you. Yeah,
Cool. So speaking of
for
that,
sure.
who's your top 5 artists in Montreal right now?
Artists in Montreal, top 5?
Top 3, yeah. You can name as much as you want, but
Hmm. Who do I really fuck with? Damn, there's. Well, I fuck with everybody at All Stars.
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like super talented,
Yeah.
like Craze, Lone Star. I fuck with. There's this artist. Her name is. She's like an Afro artist. I really love her. Nisa Sake
From Montreal?
from
Oh,
Montreal.
shit, okay.
Yeah, she's
Never
like
heard
a
of her.
Afro artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. I love all those Afro artists like Naida,
Yeah.
those R&B artists as well, like Montreal Ways.
Oh,
She's
wow, bro,
yeah,
she's.
she's amazing.
Bro,
We're waiting on her to drop some
I
music.
miss her music, bro. Like, I remember listening to her sing like on like Instagram and shit.
Yeah. She's like Kehlani, like Justin Bieber level
So
type shit.
talented.
Like yeah.
Yo, I can't wait for her to come back. Like,
Yeah.
I've been waiting.
So she's someone I fuck with too.
That's 4, you got one more.
I got one more. Oh, Lost. If you want like some French
Okay,
artists,
yeah.
Lost.
Yeah.
Lost. I love Lost.
Shit. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's your random top 5. That's
Yeah, like a random top 5. I fuck with a lot of people
Yeah.
in Montreal that make music, but
We make great music. There's not a lot of
exactly,
artists.
and it's super diverse, right? Like you have some people doing French, English, Afro, R&B,
Yeah.
so rap. So it's
Yeah, like for me, I think my favorite all around artist would be like Khazalvo.
yeah.
Because he could.
Khazalvo's amazing. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. And his overall vibe. I went to school with this guy.
Really?
Yeah, I went to École secondaire Mont-Royal.
Oh, really? Oh, you
Yeah.
went to. Oh wow.
Yeah, I went to school with him, and I remember I was in Sec 1 and he was in Sec 5, so he's older than me. And I was doing a Mont Royal Idol, so it was kind of like a singing show, whatever. So I was at the practice, and I remember he came in the auditorium, and he was like, continue, continue, lâche pas. And I don't know why, I just remembered that. But yeah, and then after that, like years later, I seen people like posting him, and I was like, oh shit, I know this guy. Like I went to school with this guy. He's making music now.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, she also is from Montreal.
Montreal. Oh shit.
She was
Okay.
2 years younger than you.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. A lot of people went. A lot of like creative
Talented.
people, talented. Yeah.
Montreal.
Went to Montreal.
I didn't even know that. That's cool. Shit. Small,
Yeah.
small fucking world.
Yeah. Well, Montreal's so small, right? Like
Yeah.
you can like know anyone from anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So what's missing here? Because I had this conversation with my friends, like and artists, like there's something missing in Montreal for us to reach the next step. What is that to you?
I feel like it's like what's missing here is the support, I guess, right? Because I feel like we are right now trying to support each other, but we need that like one big person that's gonna come and put us on, and be like for example, I don't know right now if you know like Glorilla, the girl that sings like I'm FREE
Oh, yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So her, like, she just got signed, and like she putting all her girls on, and I feel like obviously they're all in Atlanta,
Yeah.
right? Like getting signed in Atlanta from Memphis. So, but I'm just talking about like the vibe in general. Like I feel like they're all putting each other on, and there's like that like big person helping them. Yo Gotti is helping her, and then there's QC,
Yeah.
the guy that signed Lil Baby.
There's Tugger too, no? Is Tugger from Atlanta?
I think so. I'm not sure, but I think like we just need that to support each other more. I feel like artists here in Montreal, it's like so much competition. It's like who's trying to make it first, but it's like why can't we all make it together, and just like put each other on and be like, okay, there's a show here, like let's invite like other artists, let's all perform together, or let's make songs together. But yeah, I feel like
to be more open to each other.
yeah.
I feel like with time, I think ever since like COVID kind of died down, like people started to get together and understand the game better.
Yeah.
And although we're kind of behind, I think we're gonna reach that level eventually.
Oh yeah.
With support, obviously, and there's a lot of artists that have been blowing up too. I'm gonna hide from that. Like I could say, I think the first, I keep saying this in interviews, but the first person that comes to mind is Kate Trinata.
Oh yeah, the producer.
Yeah.
They
And
try
I
not
classified obviously.
Yeah.
But as rappers and R&B singers, and there's not. I don't know who's gonna come first.
Yeah. I feel like there's already some artists coming up. There's I even forget to mention them in my top fives, but like there's so many. So there's like Zaina,
Yes.
Zaina Mates.
Yes.
Who else?
There's
Skyfall.
Yep.
They're all people that are making a name for themselves from this city.
Yeah.
So I guess we just need, more.
I mean, like a Justin Bieber, we need the weekend type of.
Yeah,
status,
or we need that like Drake.
Fuck.
We need that Drake that's just gonna come and open a label here, OVO or something, I don't know what, and just like put on all these artists and like put on Montreal. Like there's dope people from Montreal. But I feel like this summer it started, right? Like with all these shows, festivals, and everything that was happening in Montreal.
Yeah, like Metro.
Metro, Il Sonic.
Yep.
There's like a bunch of.
Montreal's known for that.
Yeah.
We're a party city, music city. But it just sucks that we have to work. I feel like we have to work twice as hard in other cities to make it.
Yeah, most definitely, because we don't have that like one big. Besides like what you said, Kate Trinata and like High Class, all these people. But I feel like besides that, we don't have that like Justin Bieber, The Weeknd, or Drake.
Eventually, I say soon.
And I feel like it's gonna happen soon, and hopefully whoever it happens to, they, I hope that they will help like us artists in Montreal, I don't know, create a record label or something just to be able to put us on, or that would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly excited for what's the next few years gonna bring, and I'm like hoping fucking Justin Bieber or Drake of Montreal comes out.
Yep. Yeah, me too. I really hope so too.
I feel like there's always a language barrier too. That's kind of a bummer here. Like it doesn't really help like the French language.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I feel like labels are more towards
French.
right?
That's 100. 100. Like if you're trying to get an endorsement or anything from the government here, you have to be doing French, or I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure also English artists do get that as
We
well.
do get grants, yeah.
Yeah, they be getting grants as well, but I feel like they support more the French artists.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing as well. So like I said, we really do need that somebody that's gonna create that label and push English artists, you know, even French artists as well, but more so the English, because we're lacking that support. Like in order for us to be able to really like put ourselves out there, we have to get out, right? We have to go showcase ourselves in Toronto and New York and Atlanta and LA, like all these places. Like we can't just stay here, because yes, you can grow here, but I feel like it's to a certain extent. Like it's to a certain extent. Like you can grow here, you can make a name for yourself and everything, but it's to a certain extent. Like
I think once you make it here, like quote unquote make it here, if you want to make it even bigger,
yeah,
you have to move.
You have to. Yeah, you have to. And I feel like that's one of my plans as well. Like I really want to make a name for myself here in Montreal, or I'm starting to, and then after that, you know, like expand, go to Europe, Asia, like you know, not just focus on North America, especially because it's like it's related to my roots as well. Like I'm half my dad's from the Middle East / Europe, because Turkey's kind of like divided, and then my mom's from Asia. She's from the Philippines, so that would be something that, you know, I would love to do, like put myself out there in those countries as well.
Should. I mean, I feel like it's gonna be easier for you because
of course.
Do you know the language or?
Yeah, I know a little bit. I understand. I can manage a conversation in Tagalog and Turkish as well a little bit.
Add that to your music soon or what?
Yeah, well, I do have a Turkish song, so that I never put out, but it's there. It's in the vault. Then maybe next is to do a song in Tagalog.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. That'd be sick. People will mess with you in the Philippines.
Yeah, you know. So I feel like that's also something that people, they don't think about. You know, for example, like, okay, you know, it doesn't matter if you're not able to make it in North America, fuck it. Like go somewhere else, go to Europe, go to Asia, go somewhere else, you know, and try to make a name for yourself. And like there's more people, so it's like way more people. So like if you're thinking stream wise, money wise, business wise, you're not losing, you know. But yeah, I feel like that's a lot of people just focus too much on North America, which is like harder, right? Because there's so much competition. Like if you come, but like obviously it doesn't matter, you keep pushing, but there's always other ways.
It's a smart move to do what if you could obviously make it here, but if you go to another country, like you could possibly make a bigger name for yourself. I know there's a lot of like in the Philippines, for example. Like I'm pretty sure you watch the shows. A lot of American Filipinos go there to become singers, actresses, and all. And it works. Yeah,
and they make it. Like just because you're from Canada or America. They'll fuck with you, you know.
If you could dance.
If you could dance, if you got a minimum of a talent, you know, that's all you need. Oh my gosh.
That's cool though. I'm excited to hear your Turkish
Yeah, my Turkish music. Yeah, I'm probably gonna drop that like after my project. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna drop that like for, you know, my Turkish people. Like I gained a lot of traction from Turkish people on TikTok.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you active on TikTok?
As of right now, I'm slacking, but
yeah, we'll probably plug it like somewhere under you. So that'd be cool.
Official Norma G on TikTok, but yeah, like during COVID on lockdown, you know, I had nothing to do, so I tried TikTok, and I just blew. Yeah, I just did that random video. It was like mixed girl check. And I went in the like Turkish algorithm. I don't know what the hell happened. And it blew up, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So do you think Twitch stardom is even easier nowadays? Like one blow up on TikTok or Instagram, would that is that easier, you think, for people to, like, artists in general?
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're an artist and you're not using these platforms, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally that because it's like back in the days it was harder, right? And there was more like fuck shit going on behind the scenes because artists didn't have that platform to put so they'd have to like do some fuck shit behind the scenes. But I feel like right now it's like you don't even have to do that no more. You can just post your song and then post it on TikTok, and if it's good, it'll blow, and you
Yeah.
can get some. A lot of artists blew from TikTok, like Central C.
Yep.
There's also a dancer from here, SJ
Yes,
Below. I don't know if
yes.
that's her name,
Yeah,
SJ
yeah.
Below, something like that.
Yeah.
But that was crazy, and like it's crazy because I watched it happen. Like I saw her videos from her just dancing in her house here in Montreal
To LA.
to LA. Like what? So just that shows, that you can. If she could do it, anyone else can do it if you put your mind to it, and stay consistent. Like she was putting out videos, I think, every day of her dancing.
Yes.
So.
True.
Which I'm slacking, so I have to get on.
So
Yeah, it's gonna come. It's coming with all my music. Like I'm trying to have a plan,
Okay.
with my music and TikTok. So
yeah. It's honestly it's hard to find the time to be consistent.
Yeah.
When you have like a whole life, like
exactly,
if you're
right?
not doing this full time, it's easy but hard.
Exactly, because as of right now, I'm the one like funding everything. So like I do have to still have a regular job and do all that, and I feel like how some artists they'll have that one song and they'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll spend my last paycheck on this music video and it'll blow, and it works, right? Some of that, like it happened for Killy, for Tay Money, a lot of people. So I feel like I would do that one day, but I would just really need to make sure that, okay, this is the one.
This is the one,
yeah, like this is the one. Fuck my 9 to 5. I'm gonna quit that shit and I'm gonna invest all my money into this video.
I think that's cool for every artist. Eventually, like,
Yeah.
we're all trying to just leave that 9 to 5 and do what we love.
Yeah, exactly. And like also branch out too, like for example, you could also do your own business, your own clothing line, your own like something that's related to your music, that's your brand as well. So there's like I feel like there's so many things you can do to make.
There's so much outlets for an artist to make different streams of revenue.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of artists think, oh, it's music, this music. But then, okay, you make money in music, how do you make this bigger?
Exactly.
Merch.
Open
your own studio, maybe.
Yeah.
Your own label, and there's so much different.
So much things. Shows.
Yeah.
You can do shows. You can do events. Like so many things.
Talking about shows, what's your most memorable experience as an artist?
It was my performance at Tokyo Club.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Tokyo Club.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to find something like that vibe.
It's hard to find.
Yeah, there's none. So it's like, fuck. But Tokyo is the littest thing ever. It's just like everyone from Uptown, which is there. You'd see everybody.
Yeah, that's funny. I remember that night.
But yeah, that night was amazing. I loved it. It was like everyone was just supporting me. Everyone knew my songs from my neighborhood. It was nice to see that everyone from my neighborhood was supporting me and that they actually like knew the lyrics to my music.
It's dope.
I was shocked. I was like, nah, no one's gonna know. Like, I'm gonna be singing by myself. So I was telling all my friends, like, yo, you gotta sing with me, like, but everyone like knew the lyrics, and there were also like random people that didn't know me that were like jumping up and down.
I think the feeling's rewarding too when someone knows your music.
Yeah, of course.
I can imagine like give you all the Central C, how do you feel it?
Oh yeah, like it must be crazy. It's like it's like surreal.
It's like a drug you chase all the time.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
Adrenaline. But yeah, it was crazy, and that's also where I met like my old management.
Yeah.
So that's where I met them at that show. So I really that was a day to remember.
It's kind of crazy. Like you could have one show could change like a lot of things in your life.
Yeah, like I just did that one show because before that show, I didn't take music serious. I was just doing it for fun, which now as well I'm still doing it for fun, but I'm taking it more seriously than I did before. But before that, it wasn't serious at all. It was just like yeah, I would just go to a studio. At the time I was recording at Tusik, you know, Tusik
Yes.
Studios. So I was recording there, and I would just like bring up a song from YouTube and da 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 and put it out. And then after that, when I did my show at Tokyo, I met my old management, and then that's when I started to see how it kind of works, the music industry. So I was working with a producer, Ravi Beats.
Yes.
I was working with him, and he was creating everything from scratch, from the beat to the engineering to the everything from scratch. So, like all the songs that I have out as of like with my name Norma G was with him, and my music videos as well was with my old management. Um, and yeah, I'm just so grateful for that because you know I learned a lot, and even though it's not like um, 100% me. Like you know how I'm telling you like my music now is way more, you can tell that it's more me, even though it's not that, it's still a stepping stone, it's still something that helped me like turn into the artist that I am today. So
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like now you're more comfortable than ever.
yeah,
So
for sure.
it's just you now. Like,
Yeah,
I think it's real, and
exactly.
I'm happy for that. Like I'm happy for you to find
Thank you.
like yourself in that world. Because a
Yeah,
lot of artists
they never end up finding it. I guess it's a matter of like wanting it, right? And putting your mind to it. So yeah, but I really do gotta like focus more, I guess. But yeah,
So what's within that time? What was like one lesson you really learned about like one thing you learned in that about yourself?
and
Like since
Mango.
finding a management, like is there one thing that stands out the most, like about yourself? Did you see like the weird parts of the industry? Did you see good
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So I guess it's more so like standing your ground,
things?
being like very observant and like vigilant of what's happening around you, you know, like because a lot of people like they will take advantage of you and you don't even know, and also like signing contracts or anything like that, you know, I feel like that's something that's super,
Dangerous.
yeah, it's super dangerous. So it's like you really got to pay attention, got to make sure that you know everything's good, or if you're going into a studio that you know the producers or the engineers they have the right intentions with you, right? Because there's a lot of them where they have like some weird intentions, especially as a female artist. It's more dangerous than like as a guy, right? So I guess like one thing I learned is really just you know staying 10 toes, making sure that you know what's happening around you, or if you can, always bring someone that's around you that you trust, you know, that can come with you. But yeah, just like
Okay, I feel you.
stuff like that.
Shit. Bro, like there's so much guys in the world that are just they have malintent, and
Yeah,
I hate that like for you ladies
yeah,
because we're just all trying to like be equal here. We're not trying to
yeah.
have
We're trying to work.
Yeah.
Like we're just trying to work. We're not trying to have no weird thing going
Yeah.
on, you know? And a lot of them they just want something more, right? So it's like it creates that like weird energy and you're like fuck, like now you don't want to work with them no more. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's like c'est dommage because they're good or
Yeah.
whatever.
It's just
But
that one experience that shifts the whole thing. And it
exactly.
sucks. And
Yeah.
I firmly believe like there's so much good artists, but I mean like good artists, but some of their hearts are not in the right place.
Exactly. Yeah. And also in regards of like, for example, like me, I like to work with people that are genuinely there for the creativity and the process. Like I don't like working with people that like before you even start working, oh by the way, this is like they just bring up money, whatever. I understand people have bills to pay and stuff like that, but me personally, I like to work with people that are like really there for the creativity and they're genuinely there because you know they love music and it's not really about money or anything like that, which is understandable. Like
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, we could talk about that after, like you know when like we could talk about it, but I really don't like people that just bring it up right away.
But work is work. You gotta.
Exactly. That's the thing though. Work is work, so it's still like that, which is very understandable. But yeah, I guess it depends. Like it depends on the vibe. Like I usually like to work with people where it's like, okay, yeah, um, we get shit done, and then okay, you can tell me, okay, this is my price, blah blah blah. Are you good with that? I bet. But
And after that session, you could smoke up, you could chill.
yeah, exactly. You can vibe with the person, but like I said, like yeah, people do have they need their money, which is very understandable. But when it gets to the point where it's like, oh, it's really focused on that, and then like the creativity or the result doesn't match that energy, then ça fait pas de sens. So yeah.
So what's one advice you would give to artists that are coming up?
Oh, be you, be yourself, and don't take shit from nobody. Like really stay true to yourself. And if this is really what you want to do, stick to it. Like don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Like don't take a no. Don't let anyone discourage you. So just be you, be yourself, and go for it. Like that's my advice.
Cool. And one more question.
Yeah.
That's a tough question for everyone. What is art?
What is art? Damn. There's some like what is art? I feel like art is something that's from within. I don't know if that works, but yeah, I guess it's something that's from within, right? Something that's in you that you want to bring out to reality. And it could be in any way, like painting, music, dancing, or doing shows or anything like that. So I guess it's something that's in you that you want to bring to reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a great answer.
Thank you.
That's a hard question, but
yeah.
I think everyone has their own version. It's cool. Yeah. Another question. One
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
What is one tip that you'll always remember?
One tip?
Yeah. One advice
like
you'll always remember.
An advice
that you will always, like someone told you and be like, oh shit, that's like great advice.
A great advice
that you received.
Oh well, one time someone told me, the person was like, oh, because in the beginning of my I was doing a lot of like rapping in the beginning of my career, and someone told me like, oh, you should like stick, like you should be more like authentic to yourself, and like I feel like when I look at you, you look like someone that's like that's more like singing or like melodic, or like more soft and be more authentic. And I don't know, that just stuck to me, and ever since I heard that, I was like, okay, so I would go into the studio and focus on that and being more like soft and being more myself. Or like, it doesn't matter if sometimes I want to be hard as well, I could, but I feel like it is true, that is more me, someone that's more like that melodic rap, that singing, that soft, nice, like sexy voice, whatever. So
I think this whole conversation was just you being authentic, and I think that's the word of the day.
Yeah, the word of the day is authentic.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah.
And no fake shit, just be you.
Yeah, just be you, no fake shit, right? Because then people are not gonna be able to relate to you. Because you're not gonna be like someone who's authentic is also someone that's inspiring, right? And if I feel like if you're not authentic to yourself, then how are you gonna be able to inspire others? And that's the whole point. Artistry is to be able to inspire, so people can relate to you, to your music, to your lyrics, to your flow. Something that comes from the soul. So.
Okay, I appreciate that. Shit.
Yeah.
I'll put it up top.
Yeah, authentic.
Is there anyone you want to shout out?
Well, shout out to you, to Gerald, to JS Visions, and shout out to the artists in Montreal. And yeah, shout out to my supporters as well. I love y'all. And yeah, peace.
Cool. Nice, I appreciate it. Yeah, it was good.